Do 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 do.
And hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Saturday, January 18th, and today we got a full show. We got Mitch Prentice. You can follow him on Twitter at Mitch R. Prentice. The R is for Ryan. I know that for a fact. And we got Frank the Tank. You can follow him on Twitter at NJTank99. We got Pigoy at TCF Pigoy. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Zilja, LILJATCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, Typical Chicago Fans. Type that in. Follow us on there. Go to the YouTube page, subscribe, watch the videos, like the videos, comment, please. Or go to wherever you get your podcast from, Spotify, Apple, Spreaker. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe on there. We put the TCF Morning Show and our podcast on there. Mitch just took a sip out of his cup. Is that one of the Muddy Otter cups, or is that not? Oh my gosh!
No, that's actually this is one of the only ones in the house that's not. And in fact, I have.
Guess what I have? I have a Muddy Otter mug right here.
They're all in the sink right now. They need to be
the
washed,
beautiful TCF logo is on here. A little Muddy Otter on the bottom. Go to themuddy-otter.com. Check it out. All the products on there. One of the guys who makes it is Mitch. He does a beautiful job with the woodworking. Hannah does the pottery in the lab. I was right. It's in the lab. Go to the website, themuddy-otter.com. Check their products out. Go to Facebook and Instagram. And also Score Trader. We're gonna get more into that next week on Monday. But it's gonna turn in. You can still do some football stuff if you want, just for fun. Get you ready for next year. Next year they're going to have more cash prizes and stuff. It's going to get bigger and better. But they're focusing on the presidential run here, and for the next few weeks they're going to be transitioning into politics and stuff, and we're going to get kind of into that because our buddy Chance Boomy is into politics and into that kind of stuff, so he will lead that. Like Pigoy led football, really? We will let him lead this one because I don't think Pigoy would be very interested in what that's going to be involved. So we'll let that go to Boomy, but we'll get more into that on Monday. We'll get into our first subject here. Championship Sunday preview. We got a big Championship Sunday. It starts, I think the first game is at 2 3 Frank's time.
2 God's time.
East Coast time. We got Tennessee Titans, Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 7-point favorites. Boys, I love the Titans money line. I love it, love it, love it. I think the Titans are going to win and go to the Super Bowl. Frank, what do you think?
If the Titans go to the Super Bowl, I don't want anybody to ever hear me. I don't ever want to hear the words Andy Reid is a good coach again. I don't ever want to hear Andy Reid is a winner again.
I've seen the hot take that if Mahomes doesn't win this game, that it'll damage his reputation. What do y'all think about that?
It will hurt his reputation. Yes.
Yeah, it won't be good, but
it won't damage it.
No,
yes.
because the Titans are on a run here. But if it keeps consistently happening,
he's got a shield.
Yeah.
That will protect him.
Yeah.
And that shield is named Andy Reid.
That is true because
Andy Reid will take the hit.
Because
Andy Reid, who has already lost 5 conference championship games.
5 conference championship games? Oh my goodness! I didn't even.
Did he coach the
Eagles? Yeah, with Donovan McNabb.
He lost 2001 to the Rams, which was excusable. The Rams were a better team. He lost 2002 to the Buccaneers at home, last game, Veterans Stadium. He lost 2003 to the Panthers, which was inexcusable. The Eagles should have never lost to the Panthers.
They lost to the Patriots.
Then he lost. Then he won. He actually won one. He went to Super Bowl 39. The Eagles lost to the Patriots. That was and he didn't really. That was a game that was close by score only. Then the Eagles lost when the Cardinals. The Cardinals, believe it or not, the Cardinals went to the Super Bowl when the Super Bowl 43. So he lost that one. That was 2008. So that was his. So he went 1-4 in 5 championship games with the Eagles. So last year they lose that game overtime against the Patriots. It's the Patriots. It was their first time.
The offsides call.
You could forgive that call.
Oh,
They're home.
Well, you know, it's Chief Kingdom here. I mean, I have to hear about it every day. You know?
They're home. They're well rested. They did the freeze. You ever watch those freeze races in Atlanta?
no.
The Atlanta Braves have this baseball promotion called the freeze.
Oh, okay, yes, I have it. They give people a head start.
Yeah, and the guy looks like Frozo, and the Frozo from
Incredibles.
The Incredibles, and he's a world class. He's not really a world class sprinter. I would say he was a NCAA sprinter. So they give these fans like a 200-foot head
and he
start.
just still beats them.
And he wins like 90% of the time with a 200-foot head start, with giving up a 200-foot head start. And that's what that reminded me. The Texans had the 200-foot head start, and then what helplessly is the freeze.
That is a good comparison. And then they have all the momentum too going into this game. They at the end of the game they were just rolling at the end. They ended up easily winning.
The Titans did lose to the Cardinals. The Chiefs did lose to the Titans early in the season.
I know. I was at
but at the time the game was in Nashville. The Titans had the one on. It was a back and forth game, and at the time the Chiefs were a little beat up.
Mm-hmm.
They were one of the last teams to get a bye week. They didn't get their bye week until the last.
Was Mahomes
the last
playing?
group of teams? It was actually Mahomes' first game back. He passed for 400-something yards.
Gosh. What a mind, Frank.
So, so the Chiefs are a better team than they were back then. And here's the thing I gotta want about the Titans. And each week I've doubted them. Each week I didn't think they would win. So last week I actually picked them to cover. I thought they'd actually go into Baltimore and give the Ravens a good game. I just didn't think the Ravens would actually come out as flat as they were. Yeah. I didn't think they'd be that rusty. I thought they'd at the end of the day they would actually find a way to win the game.
Yeah, I thought they would do what they would do what the Chiefs did.
Yeah. I didn't think it would be that big a comeback, but I figured I figured that the Ravens would win, but I figured they'd win by about 3 or 4 points.
At least make it a game.
Yeah. So, here's a question. Derrick Henry has carried this team. Ryan Tannehill has become the first quarterback since Terry Bradshaw to win 2 playoff games in the same year, back-to-back.
Under 100 yards.
With under 100 yards.
Unbelievable.
I mean, this is what the 72 Dolphins did. Bob Greasy in Super Bowl 8 only completed 6 passes. He only attempted 8.
That is crazy.
The thing is that Tannehill's making the right throws at the right time.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, you don't have to make that many.
But what I'm telling you is he hasn't even been needed.
No, Derrick Henry.
It's been Derrick Henry. He each time has rushed for 200 yards.
Yeah, and he had 30 carries the other day.
And now this is no bye weeks. They're going straight. They haven't. When's the last time Derrick Henry actually didn't play? I mean, when does Derrick Henry run out of gas?
Yeah, when is at the point where he has? I don't think he does. But like you said, he had 30 carries last game. They had to play that extra week in the wild card.
And I can't see the Chiefs coming out and stubbing their toe and falling behind 24-0 again. If they do, then they're done.
That's like the worst case scenario.
They learned their lesson.
If the Chiefs fall behind, then the Titans is going to run Derrick Henry into the ground. So the Chiefs can't afford to fall behind 14 or 20-0 because then it's over.
If the Chiefs actually take the lead, you know who comes out of the game? You know who's out of the equation?
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, because they can't just run the ball the whole time.
And I don't think Patrick Mahomes is not. I don't see Patrick Mahomes. I don't see the Titans stopping Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout, but I think they do cover, and I think maybe they get a late touchdown, maybe win by something like 38-20.
38-20.
I'm with Tank. I like the Chiefs.
This has got to be it. It's been 50 years since they've been to a Super Bowl. They're home. I know they've lost a lot of home playoff games in Kansas City. No team's lost more home playoff games at Arrowhead than the Chiefs have at Arrowhead Stadium. By the way, the last week the Vikings became the team that has lost the most playoff games in the history of the NFL.
I love that because the guy Pigoy is a big Vikings fan. Sorry, I love that fact. That's a beautiful, beautiful fact there.
You know, it's kind of fun too. In the 100th season of the NFL, we could see a rematch of Super Bowl I, which is kind of fun.
Chiefs Packers. I don't want to see
the Packers there.
I don't want it either.
By the way, you know, if it goes the other way, the way that everyone's expecting, it will be the first time ever that two teams that wear predominantly red jerseys have played each other in the Super Bowl.
Fun fact for Frank.
I like. Well, on the other side of this contest, I mean, I like the 49ers against the Packers a lot.
I love it.
I do.
7.5. I just think that the 49ers are way better than the Green Bay Packers.
I can't help but remember 37-8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
the 49ers killed the Packers.
That Sunday night game was as uncompetitive as you can get. Aaron Rodgers only passed for 105 yards. They end up benching him. Now, I think the game's going to be a lot closer this time around. I think the Packers will play better.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end of the day, you know, Nick Bosa, who just last week had a monster game, he was one of my 3 stars, and I got everyone said, "How dare you make up a 3-star?" He was dirty out there. He was in the Vikings backfield more than Dalvin Cook.
It was.
I mean 45 yards for one of the best rushers in the league. Or was it 45?
No, it was less than that. It was like 26.
Yeah. The Vikings only had 147 yards total offense, and 40 of them were on that 1 yard pass. That touchdown.
Yeah, the digs.
They only had 7 first downs. I mean the Vikings could do nothing against the 49ers. I mean, the 49ers had a pedestrian game offensively, and they still won just 27. They just killed the Vikings.
And here's what gets me about this game is like the line for the Niners-Vikings is almost the exact same as the line for Niners-Packers.
It's a half a point
more. So that literally tells you that the Packers and the Vikings are the same exact team. But the Packers are not that same exact team as the Vikings are.
No, they have Aaron Rodgers.
The different,
and they have no run, and they have no run defense.
And I just don't see Green Bay winning the game. I just don't see it.
Well, an interesting stat that I saw was the passer rating for Rodgers against Richard Sherman. It was really low. So I think if he's effective and is able to shut down Aaron Jones, probably a done deal.
Yeah,
the only way the Green Bay has a chance is that if Jimmy Garoppolo stubs his toe,
because he might.
If Greg Kittle is shut down, and Nick Bosa is somehow contained,
I mean, that offensive line's going to have to play really well.
That all isn't going
to. Yeah.
I mean. The Packers last week slaughtered the Seahawks.
They have Russell Wilson, but they still
don't even talk to us about Russell Wilson.
No.
It wasn't his fault.
That's what I mean. They have Russell Wilson, but other than that, they didn't have much.
Did you see the stat? It was like the Green Bay last week was like 10 of 13 on third down conversions. And all their touchdowns were on
How
third
about
down.
that last
All their
pass from Aaron
touchdowns were on third
Rodgers?
down.
Or not the last pass, but that third down pass that he just threw up there. Like, it's just unbelievable what he does on third down.
Look, the Niners
but that one should have a little asterisk. I mean, I think
that spot was unbelievable.
Yeah,
that spot was unbelievable. The TV one is always right. The TV one always right.
I mean, it's 2020, and we still measure first downs by a chain, 2 sticks, and some guy going,
that's crazy.
And you know what? And in some points, we take a fucking note card out of our pocket and stick it between the football and the chain. And be like,
I love that.
We have cameras. We have cameras and pylons.
I just don't.
We can't, but we cannot put a little GPS tracker or a little tracker into football that will automatically and mechanically tell you the yard marker. Because
I think it's the same thing with like electronic umpires, though. It's like, do you really want to take that?
I do when I'm gambling on it.
I mean, it's probably
when I'm gambling on it. I do.
To get it right, I want it right.
This is different than even electronic umpires. It's probably something about the little that's like the size of this fucking SD card you could insert into a football and line up on the sideline and will automatically tell you where the ball was at the moment it is.
We rely on somebody walking the sideline.
So if the first down marker's on the dirty 1, this marker will tell you that it's at the dirty 2. When the
Frank, I think you should invent this.
Yeah, really,
I mean,
go on the big brain and do it again.
We everyone's able to do that now, and I don't understand why we still have those stupid.
I know, and like you said, the guys doing it are just kind of not guessing, but they can move side to side, move an inch one way or a centimeter. Like it's why leave it up to the human element?
And the replay showed the helmet was at the line.
It was at his chest. It was below it. It was in his stomach.
Maybe. And I'm not saying that they don't make it on fourth and inches.
They do make it on fourth and inches and break my heart, but
I'm not saying that the game changes. It changes the game.
Call,
but I wanted to see that fourth and
with
inches
Aaron
play.
Rodgers with the QB sneaking, or maybe he throw something. I just wanted that moment, or give Russell Wilson the ball back.
And even though they're up 5 points and the field goal will put them 8 points up, the smart play would still be to go for the fourth. Go for it on 4th and 1, because the Seahawks had no timeouts. It was just about a minute left. You make it, the game's over. The Seahawks have to go 70 yards in 65 seconds, something like that, and with no timeouts. And
do you
that's
think
hard to
that the Seahawks should have gone for it on that 4th down? Why would you not?
Yeah, maybe.
It was Russell Wilson. Why give the ball back to Aaron Rodgers?
The problem was it was a little further back.
Was it a 4th and 6 or something?
Yeah, they that was a little. It wasn't an easy one. If it was a little closer, 4th and under 5, I think they definitely go for it. But you just got to try to get your defense to make a play, and all day long they just couldn't. Those third down plays just killed them.
Mitch, do you think the Titans are going to win? So we got 2 on the Titans and 2 on the Chiefs.
Yeah. Listen, I'm about 50-50 on who's going to win. I want the Titans to win, just because I don't know. I think it would be a fun Super Bowl.
That would piss me off. No, that wouldn't be a fun Super Bowl. That would be good. That would be a throwback Super Bowl.
Well, but I thought you wanted the Chiefs to lose, because I thought you wanted not to be mad at Andy Reid, Frank.
I don't want to see Ryan Tannehill winning.
Imagine Ryan Tannehill of all the quarterbacks this year, of all the seasons that quarterbacks have had this year, and Ryan Tannehill is going to sneak into that little quarterback spot with the Titans, and then Derrick Henry will give him a Super Bowl championship.
He's going to carry his ass to the Super Bowl.
Tannehill was the highest graded QB of the year. Just saying.
That's sick.
I don't get the whole
Tannehill was.
It's so
quarterback rating.
Quarterback
rating like fucking war. Quarterback rating like fucking war. You know, my eyes tell me he's not the best quarterback.
Well, because he's
in the AFC Championship.
I just don't get
insane.
the QB rating though.
Yeah, he's in the AFC Championship after passing with like 150 yards over the last 2 games.
I don't get the passer rating. Like what stats to go into it, because some guys will throw it'll be like 175 or something. I'm like, what is this? Like, how did you get to this point?
Here's what causes it. If you're 7 for 8 and you pass for 82 yards, it's better than going 20 for 41 and passing for 511 yards.
So, like, completion percentage is like heavily weighed on.
Yeah. They put a lot on completion percentage.
Gotcha.
Smarter than me.
All right, so you two have the Titans.
The most important stats for a quarterback.
What are they?
Are 2 things: yards and touchdowns.
Completion percentage.
I mean, completion percentage means nothing. Give me yards.
You need yards. Frank, we're about to get into a subject that's going to not make you very happy. We got Beltran is out as Mets coach. You were telling me a little thing. Every day the Mets don't hire a new coach, they lose 5 games.
I believe the longer they wait, the worse it gets.
Thoughts? Were you excited about Carlos Beltran?
I actually had.
Do you think it was the right move that he stepped down? Do you think that he was going to get fired anyways?
Fuck no. I think the media just caused a shitstorm, and the fuck had folded like a fucking cheap tent.
Even with the Alex Cora stuff, it's like it just happens so quick. I understand that's to the more extreme. He's going to be suspended, but it's just it happens. Everything happens so quickly.
And people are saying, the Mets should have known. First off, the investigation didn't start until like 2 weeks after he was hired.
And technically, he will never get in trouble for it.
He's a player.
He gave all players immunity because they weren't gonna get the full truth if they were gonna suspend the people telling them.
Well, this is a situation where you have to go after the managers
because there's too many players. How do you suspend one guy, not the other guy? But what do you think of the whole buzzer situation? Do you think that that's going to lead to player suspensions?
It's crazy.
If they can prove it.
If they can prove it.
Some of the stuff, even with the stuff with Altuve running to home plate, they said the game before that he had got his jersey ripped off, so that's why he did that. There's a video of him.
It said his
jersey got ripped off.
Yeah, you didn't see it. They said the story that I was reading was saying that his wife was upset that he was having his jersey ripped off and showing his chest to the
TV. Bullshit.
No.
I'm not saying it's true or false. I'm just saying that's the story that's going around.
Right, and I heard that too. And there were multiple cases where he was had his shirt off or this and that. Like I heard, you've heard everything now. It's just whatever is true is true now.
I think that's one thing they'll probably, unless someone really comes forward and confesses and shows the buzzers, that I don't think they'll ever find out.
I have a question
I mean they did. They actually found the evidence, and the evidence was out. It was actually in plain sight.
The pregnant picture.
There was this one scene like the game showing like in the tunnel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, they actually showed him like pulling down the monitor.
And then there's like sunflower
As they're
seeds
walking through the
all around
clubhouse.
the area because somebody had just been sitting there chewing on sunflower seeds literally the whole game. And then, do you?
And the dumpster's right there too. The garbage
Yeah,
can.
that's crazy. And then I love the videos where you could hear it. Like, I never would think to listen to it, but you could clearly hear it sometimes. That's just wild. Okay.
This is something I think everyone knew was happening, and just didn't put two and two together until Mike Fiers came out. Yeah. And Mike Fiers is a rat, first off.
Well, you see the whole Jessica Mendoza thing. She did it. She came out today and said that the whole Mike Fiers shouldn't have come out and said this. I guess you're right. You don't want to. If you're involved in it, and then you go off and snitch after the fact.
I wouldn't want Mike Fiers on my team.
No, you can't try. I mean, and especially in a sport like baseball, where it's really the clubhouse, and well, you gotta be kidding yourself if you don't think some sort of cheating has been happening for many, 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 many years.
1951.
What was that?
The Giants win the pennant.
They cheated?
The Giants win the pennant. Overcame a 13.5 game lead on the Brooklyn Dodgers.
What were they doing?
The Polo Grounds was a weird stadium. It's just, if you ever woke up, I don't know if you guys have seen many pictures of the Polo Grounds. This was the weirdest fucking baseball stadium ever. I mean, they call it the bathtub because it was basically like shaped like a bathtub.
That's not how you would think a baseball stadium would look.
You know what? I've got it. I pulled it up on Google right now, and you're exactly right.
To straightaway center field, it was 500 and something feet.
Yeah,
and that's where Willie Mays made that famous catch against Vic Wertz in the 1954 World Series. They didn't have the clubhouses attached to the dugouts, so at the end of the game, both teams had to walk out to center field and go to the clubhouses. That's where the clubhouses were. They were in center field.
Oh my god, yeah, they were. Anybody else look at this?
It looks like a pinball machine.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, that if you hit the ball down the line, it was 270 feet to hit a home run if you hit down the foul ball.
You see that is
insane.
You
can see it. You can see it. Oh my god.
Yeah, the 1954 World Series, the same game that Vic Wertz hit the 500-foot out, the Giants won the game in extra innings on a 267-foot home run by Dusty Rhodes down the line to hit the foul ball.
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
It was 455 to left center.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking horseshoe.
Yeah. Look down the lines. If you hit the ball down the lines, it was like only like it wasn't even 300 feet. It wasn't even 300 feet.
Right to right field.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where Dusty Rhodes hit the home run.
483 to center field, straightaway center. 483.
480.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so it was like 500 feet to those. So anyway,
you were working on you really worked the lines there.
So the Giants had a guy in the clubhouse with a binoculars, military style binoculars, that came back from the war and was able to look from the clubhouse at the catcher signals, and he would single someone in the bullpen, which were off on the side, what pitch was coming, and then they would relay that, and it would be like a light. He flash a light.
Oh, I think I hit
in the clubhouse.
Huh. And then they would know they would like so many.
And they would relay it to the bullpen. The bullpen would relay it to the third base coach, and the third base coach related to the batter.
Wow. Like I said, and now they just use cameras. Like, that's the craziest thing. Like, it's just cheating, but it's just evolved.
This is 1951. 1951, this happened.
That is crazy. And between then and now, that it's happened much different ways too.
It's prevalent. I'm not even gonna say it's minor. I think this is prevalent.
Yeah.
And what's happened in baseball now is these replay rules. These replay rules have set up a new way to do it.
What I think.
So every team is looking at every play now on video close by, and that it wasn't too long before that they're going to figure out a way to electronically start stealing these signals.
Yeah, he said with the whole Houston thing, they literally built a little thing in the outfield to do this. Like, you don't think the owner knows about this? Like, the owner's kind of getting away with it.
Right.
No, everyone knows, and I bet you that there's a lot more teams that do this.
Oh yeah, I bet there's a lot more, and that's what everyone keeps saying. Don't go after the Astros just like that quickly because it may be your team tomorrow.
The Astros deserve the punishment they got.
No. I mean fans.
I don't think there should be anyone getting fired. I don't think anyone should be getting fired. I think suspensions is all that needed.
How would that work, though? You think that he would?
Everyone's acting like holier than thou. I don't think A.J. Hinch should have been fired. I don't think the GM of the Astros should have been fired. I think the suspensions. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, Sean Payton was suspended the year for the Bountygate situation. Craig Williams was suspended 2 years for Bountygate. They're back in the league. And they're now saying that Hinch is never going to coach again, Cora's never going to manage again, and Beltran gets his knees cut out from him? What the fuck is this? I mean, come on. Baseball has to get over itself, and this shit don't stink.
That is very true. I mean, in a sport that has always tried to, like I said, steroids. They knew about steroids. It helped them become a bigger thing. And then when everyone got mad about it, they washed their hands of it. They never knew of it.
There was someone that actually wrote an article that Carlos Beltran may not get in the Hall of Fame because of this. Oh, yeah, you're fucking kidding me.
That he won't get in the Hall of Fame because he supposedly stole some. Like, that's crazy. But
this is as old as baseball times. Are we gonna let Willie Mays out of the Hall of Fame then? Willie Mays is on the 1951 Giants.
That's crazy to think that that's going to affect that much.
Stop it with your high moral high ground. Your shit done these baseball writers. Seriously. Let's forgive all the steroids, people, because that will move past it. You know why? Football steroids are not part of the NFL. You know why no one talks about steroids in the NFL? Because when you suspend somebody, they come back. It's over. Baseball needs to have the same attitude. People are going to do things wrong. Forgive them. Punish them. Forgive them. They get caught again.
80 games first one.
They get caught the third time. Yeah, and the second one is a year.
The third one's a lifetime ban. So it's if you want to keep
third one, you're
trying to play with that, then you're already going to get tested a bunch anyways. I'm so why not put the guys like Barry Bonds? How is he not in the Hall of Fame? Like those guys, it's crazy.
Because, like I said, the baseball writers they have this the moral high ground. The baseball Hall of Fame right now. It literally is like these people think their shit does not.
Yeah,
stink.
It's just to think that the greatest.
It's a museum for people that think they have a valid.
Think about this: the greatest, one of the greatest players in baseball history is not in the Hall of Fame. What has Barry Bonds been retired 10 years now? And he's not in the Hall of Fame yet? Like, that's just crazy.
And Roger Clemens, too. Roger Clemens. Okay, Roger Clemens might have, some of his numbers might be tainted, especially at the end of his career when he had to come back.
People pitched to that were using steroids, too. Like, that's the thing. Like, there were so many people using steroids then.
Roger Clemens, when he started using steroids, was 1996. And that was the year that Jose Canseco was in Boston and taught him how to use steroids.
Who is technically like, was it Mike Friars? How he is to the cheating stuff? Jose Canseco is that to steroids. Yeah. I mean, he...
No.
What? Who is?
No. Jose Canseco's
he took the book and he did it all for publicity. He had the book.
He had the book. Everything. That's right. Juiced.
No, 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 no.
Tell me, Frank.
This would be like, this would be like, how do I explain this? This would be like the guy who found out how to cheat, taught everyone how to cheat,
And told on
then got
everybody.
pissed off that he didn't get the recognition, that he got blackballed at the end of his game because everyone always knew he was a cheater, and then telling on everyone that he helped teach how to cheat and saying that, see, I cheated, but so did everyone else, and they cheated, and here's everyone else. I'm going to tell everyone on everyone else.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't have the career that I wanted to have. I got mad, so I'm going to do that.
Well, he went. He had a great career, 40-40.
That's
but
crazy.
he like pissed a lot of people off. 1988, 40-40. And 1988 is when the rumors started that he was using
You
steroids.
could just look at him. He was humongous.
So, and it was him and McGuire. Those are the guys that like, nobody used steroids in baseball. In fact, before those two came up, there was a view that if you lifted too many weights, you couldn't play baseball.
Yeah.
That was the actual belief back then. So he starts using these steroids, and the rumors are out. The Bash brothers, the big forearms, the two of them. So yeah, so he was. People thought he was even knew back then that he was using steroids, and then 1989, Lenny Dykstra, he used steroids. I mean, to look at Dykstra in 88 and Dykstra in 89, it was like a Popeye after eating the spinach. And Dykstra, of course, he's admitted steroid user. He's admitted. So Dykstra.
Oh yeah, he probably loves telling.
He makes no bones about it.
Nothing. He doesn't. I think he tells everything about his life nowadays.
There's the House of Nails. You got to read that book.
That's crazy. And he was going on and on about the whole cheating thing too on Twitter. I saw.
Yeah, I love it. I love to follow him.
His videos are wild.
And the stupid Mets actually traded him because they didn't like the fact that he used steroids. This is 89.
Yeah, when everyone was getting into it and it just made him a better player. Why have a guy in your team that's going to have the advantage?
And so over the next few years, over the next 5 years, it started like seeping in. The word is that Kinsenko started like telling this guy told this guy told this guy. He gets traded to Texas. He teaches everyone on Texas how to use steroids. Pudge is in the Hall of Fame. Pudge is a juicer.
Yeah, and he's in before Barry Bonds. Like, that's just crazy.
Pudge's name just never leaked out.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt about it, he's a juicer.
And Barry Bonds never technically failed a test, right?
No, but Balco had all of the proof. See, here's the thing that pisses me off about Barry Bonds. And Clemens won 3 Cy Youngs before he used steroids.
Yeah, Barry Bonds could have been one of the best without steroids.
And Barry Bonds was one of the best without steroids. He won 3 MVPs without using steroids.
That's crazy.
So, and this is the story that's even in the book Game of Shadows. Barry Bonds is sitting around in 1998. He's not used steroids. But he sees McGuire and Sammy Sosa. Now, Sammy Sosa... No, there's no allegedly about it.
Okay.
Sammy Sosa would be like a guy to hit like 30 home runs.
Yeah, he would.
And then all of a sudden,
boom.
60.
Chris Davis.
So, yeah. So, and then there was the famous the Brady Anderson year, where this guy who couldn't hit 20 home runs a year, all of a sudden hit 50 home runs.
Was it
in
Chris
1996.
Davis that he hit all those home runs, and wasn't it recently he was on like the worst non-hit streak?
Well, he had a couple of good years, and all of a sudden,
and then boom, he had like 61.
He's like the worst hitter in baseball.
He technically is, which is just.
And he's got that huge contract.
Humongous that he got off that 1 year. Oh, I guess a few years.
Yeah, that's why the Orioles are so fucked up.
They are bad.
So anyway, Bonds is sitting around 1998, seeing all the accolades, and so is McGuire getting. He goes, fuck this shit. He called the Balco Lab, says, find me a way to do this, and that's when he started taking steroids. He had a okay 99. He had a couple of injuries, and then 2000, he started rising, and in 2001, bam, 73 home runs.
Jeez.
And then the next 4 years, he had some of the greatest offensive seasons ever. Because now this is a great player that's now made into
greater player.
Made into Superman.
I didn't even think.
So
that's crazy that he was 98 before he did steroids.
Yeah, and I believe that's the story that everyone says. And you can look. He actually went 40, 97. I mean, but as a guy that was there, you knew he was a great player. You knew he was going to be a guy that hit 500 homers. He grew into his body. He was really thin when he started, and they always showing the pictures when he was really thin as the pre-Bond steroids. But he bulked up a little bit, but he didn't get he didn't turn into the Incredible Hulk until around 2000.
Yeah, when he was getting walked almost every other pitch or every other at bat.
Yeah, his head went.
Yeah, he was. I would say, with his stats, he's got to be one of the greatest players of all time. Him and A-Rod with their stats, and neither of them are in the Hall of Fame right now. That's crazy.
A-Rod wouldn't be eligible yet.
When is he eligible? It's been less than 5 years since he retired.
Yeah.
How long has it been then? 4? 3?
Let me see. He retired in the when he retired, the weekend he retired, they called up Aaron Judge, and that was August in 2016.
So he's still got about a year left.
Wow.
So he's got 2 years left.
Wow. I thought he had been out of baseball for a lot longer than that. Oh, that's a guy that.
Well, he had a year. He had that year he was suspended. He had the year he was suspended. That's where you get confused.
Oh, so that didn't count.
Then he came back.
Then he came back, and then.
Yeah. So then he came back, had 1 year. Then he came back and had and then he was so-so in 2016, and it was over, and the Yankees brought out his contract or to kind of said, it's time for you to go. And he was only less than 10 home runs away from 700.
That's crazy. You would have thought he would want that. That's crazy. And I always think that's one of the crazier 180s on a person. He was pretty disliked by the media and everything, and now he is working for the media, which is just.
Well, the thing is this. He's actually a nice guy. That's
the thing too. It was on the thing. He's a nice guy, but he was just portrayed, and there was just all the stuff in the media getting suspended for the 100 and something games, and the way he kind of went about with the steroids.
I mean, he came out with his kind of, especially when he had a picture of the thing with the Scimitar came out, and they kissing himself in the mirror.
Yeah, now he's marrying J-Lo.
Oh yeah.
So he wins.
He had that. So, people aren't perfect, and they got to stop acting like they should be. And A-Rod deserves to be in the Hall of Fame when he's eligible. It's time to forgive the steroids, guys. Put them in the Hall of Fame.
Because
I would put McGuire in. Not sure about Sosa 100%.
I don't know if he's going to get in.
I'm not. Yeah, I think you're going to make the argument Sosa deserves to be in. Rafael Primero, that is an interesting guy.
That's crazy. I forgot he did steroids. He was tested positive. He was still trying to get back into baseball as of recently.
I mean, he's got the stats, so I mean, you just got to look at it this way: the era is tainted.
Yeah. But without the
era is tainted.
They saved baseball in a way.
The era is tainted, but you know what? You just call it the steroid era. You don't need to put any asterisk anywhere. You just know it's the steroid era. Just like baseball for 1920 was the dead ball era.
Know baseball for cheating. For the electronic stuff. It's just always going to keep happening.
Gaylord Perry's in the Hall of Fame.
What did he do?
Gaylord Perry's in the Hall of Fame. All he did was throw Vaseline on every pitch he ever threw.
Well, isn't there somebody that whoever I don't know if maybe it was the guy who told on the Astros that they saw the video of him or a picture of him when he threw like a no hitter and he had pine tar in his glove or something. I thought I had seen.
Yeah,
it
was
he
Mike
had pine tar in his glove
Myers.
and he was the guy who told on them. All right, we talked.
Now, one interesting thing.
What do you mean?
That's
You think
actually now a debate?
you think that they should be able to?
Yes.
You think that they should be able to do whatever they want to the ball?
No.
No, you think the pine tar
The pine tar should be illegal. Should be illegal.
should be legal? If it's allowed on the bat, it should be allowed on the ball.
And I don't think it should be that they should be able to load the ball up, but I think they should be allowed to have pine tar on their hands.
You ever seen the movie Major League? Frank?
Major League, yes.
With the pitcher, the old guy that he always is like trying to get something. He said he had all this stuff all over him. I just think of that kind of stuff. And you're trying to get the advantage. I wonder what the balls used to look like.
That's based on Gaylord Perry.
Is it?
That guy's based on Gaylord Perry. Gaylord Perry used to have Vaseline right here. He'd put it right behind his earlobe.
And he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the 300-game winner.
300 game. Do you think there'll ever be a 300-game winner again? I don't think there will be.
No, not the way baseball is
Not the way
structured.
baseball's structured. All right, Frank, we got talking about the Terror Bulls before. Bulls 76ers tonight. Bulls lose.
Rough game.
1,
89,
2, 3,
100.
4, 5, Sixers. 10, 9, 8, 76ers. You ever hear that damn fight song?
No.
The 76ers come out with?
I've never heard it.
No.
The 76ers have this like super awesome 1970s fight song that like some fans like resurrect it, and it's like the funniest thing you could ever hear.
Oh, we got it.
And it basically goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixers, 10, 9, 8, 76ers.
Somebody just made it up out of nowhere. But yeah, the Bulls. Let's see here. Did anyone play well tonight? Levine another 23. Chris Dunn 15 minutes,
brutal.
0 points.
0.
Oh, there's a good game.
game.
Hey,
Kobe White though
another-
14
no-
points.
This was the first night in a while that Zach LaVine went 0 from the 3-point. I think he went 0 for
0 for 7.
from 3.
Saturansky 6 points in 26 minutes. That's good to have. 12 points from Markkanen and 4 rebounds is just not what you can. You gotta get more from Lauri Markkanen. Like, it's just
The dude has been all season. All
It's
season.
not like he's playing
You got
horrible.
24 from him and Kobe White. Like, come
He's
on.
not playing horrible.
They say that he's battling like an ankle injury or something
Lauri?
right now.
Well, I hope so, because I hope he's been battling it all year, because it's just not been there. It's what you needed this year was growth from Lauri Markkanen, and you need him to develop into one of your better players on the team, and he's just not. He's not even close, honestly. Not even close.
0 points from Chris Dunn is pretty pathetic.
Thaddeus
Let's
Young,
be honest here.
32
That's
minutes, 4
pathetic.
points. Like,
That's also really bad.
you need some
Yeah.
more contributions. Is Valentine hurt?
I think
I was
so.
gonna say, another
Yeah.
didn't play tonight. They said Wendell
So-
Carter hurt, Gafford hurt.
Gafford's out.
I think really when you look at the Bulls right now, there's really only one interesting conversation to have, and that is, do you think Levine deserves to be an All-Star?
I
Mm,
think if it wasn't in Chicago, probably not. But if it's in Chicago,
Yeah.
I think he's going to be in the dunk contest. I think he's if he can keep playing well, and that's the thing. Like with the whole All-Star game, it's voted on. So
You get the hometown
You get
vote.
the
Well, it's
hometown.
50% fan vote. 50%.
they're gonna put a member of the Chicago Bulls on the team just to have a
you
member of
got
the
to.
Chicago
And
Bulls.
he said
You get the bump from
He's
hometown.
6th in voting.
And he
right
said if he's in the All-Star game itself, he will do the dunk contest. Why would the NBA not want that?
now. Yeah, everybody wants that.
Everybody wants it. Derrick Rose will be in the skills competition too.
Skills
So
competition.
that'd be exciting.
I've seen rumors of him being a trade target for the Lakers.
Lakers, that
Have
would
you
be
seen that?
that'd be wild. Him and LeBron on the same team.
Oh.
Kuzma for Rose, I've seen.
Kuzma for Rose.
I saw that
If I'm
rumor
Derrick
today.
Rose, I would feel
no.
amazing if I'm Derrick Rose for that trade.
Right.
No shit. Hey, he's been
No.
I
playing
don't think
really
he's
well.
I love Derrick Rose, but for a young Kuzma,
I can't see the Lakers doing that.
If the Lakers did that, that would be one of the. I love Derrick Rose, but a
Could be
young
wild.
Kuzma for an older.
I can't see that happening.
I love Derrick Rose.
Rose needs to just coast the rest of his career.
It's a
out,
championship, though. He needs that championship.
He's never going to get it. He's never going to get it.
I can see the Lakers maybe getting him
for somebody other than Kuzma.
They're not going to give up Kuzma.
Maybe Anthony Davis.
Maybe
Anthony Davis for Derrick Rose.
Yeah, they're gonna. That's not going to happen.
No.
They're going to get. If they get Rose, they're going to get him for a throwaway piece.
Yeah, it's going to be somebody from like the.
But that would be fun. I'd love to see him on a.
I would love to see him on a competitive team.
I don't want to see it.
Why? You don't like Derrick Rose?
I don't like the Lakers.
Oh, we're talking about. I want Derrick Rose on a competitive team, maybe not named the Lakers.
I'd like to see Derrick Rose. If Derrick Rose is on, the Milwaukee Bucks, I'll be happy.
That would be honestly
I'd like that.
Awesome because
like
he's
that.
close to home. The buzz is right here, and he will be on a good team. Because now with Blake Griffin out for the year.
Because to me, I think the Bucks have a really good shot to win the NBA championship.
They got to be odds-on favorite to win the East easily, and then
pull up right now.
And then I think they could beat anybody.
Well, they're the only team that have a better record than the Lakers. They actually had the best record in the NBA.
They destroyed the Lakers in Milwaukee too. That was
and I'd love to see Enoch go out there and say, and the NBA Finals MVP goes to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I would love for the Bucks to win the NBA championship. I would love it so much.
I don't have a problem with that either.
I think that'd be awesome because it's just somebody different. Like it just seems like the same team.
Well, last year we had someone.
Well,
different.
yeah, the Raptors, but they had a cool. I guess. Yeah, you're right. It'd be nice to have 2 years back to back. Get away from the Warriors, Lakers, Heat, Cavaliers.
The Warriors. No one hated it when the Warriors won their first title. No one hated the fact that when the Warriors won their first title. It's just when they were there 5 years in a row. You said, "Okay, we're finally sick of you. We're glad you sucked this year. Good."
But the thing is, what they're gonna do is they're gonna be bad. They're gonna get the #1 pick. Then they're gonna get Steph Curry back. They're gonna get Klay Thompson back, and Draymond's still gonna be on the team. And they're gonna be somehow really, really good next year.
You know what's gonna happen?
What?
They're gonna pluck the eyebrow away from the Lakers, and LeBron's gonna be going, "Whoa."
Oh, you think they're gonna get Anthony Davis?
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked either. Or if he comes back to Chicago, even though he's a Packers fan, that's unbelievable. He's a Packers fan.
He can't come back now.
He's always been a Packers fan, I guess. So I guess this is news to us, but not news.
Well. Just let me. How old is Anthony Davis?
Probably 24, 25.
Oh, he's that young.
So
let's see.
He's grown up. He's grown up in an era of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bears have had
Cutler.
Kyle Orton, and Mitch the
He's
Bitch.
20. I like Mitch is gonna win us a Super Bowl, Frank.
Yes, he is.
26. He is 20.
Bears down, they fell again. Their defense didn't even allow a single score.
Defense is really
the Bears have lost again. Mitch Trubisky's thrown another pick six. He missed the receiver by about 50 feet, and it went back the other way. They could have Mahomes or even Watson, but they chose Mitch.
Watson,
the biggest bitch in the NFL.
Did you say he's a Dolphins fan?
He's a Dolphins fan.
And he's talking shit about us.
He knows though. He openly says that the Dolphins are not good. Giannis is my age. Giannis is my age. Insane.
That's what.
No, I think he's a year older than you. It says he was born in '93. Giannis. I thought we were talking about Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Just think about this with Mitch Trubisky. If Patrick Mahomes is quarterback of the Chicago Bears, right now they're getting ready to host the NFC Championship game.
I don't know about that.
Yes.
They are.
No, I don't know about that.
Yes.
They're winning it all.
No way.
Yes.
You can't guarantee
I
that.
guarantee
Nobody
it.
can guarantee that.
They will win
You
a Super
guarantee
Bowl.
that they would. I don't know about that.
I guarantee it.
I don't think they would have treated Mahomes the same way that the Chiefs did.
They got a top 5 defense.
The Chiefs didn't have that last year.
They traded up
Traded up. We could have
To get
Yeah,
Mitch
but the
Trubisky.
Chiefs have receivers that can help him
The
out.
Bears
I don't
have good
think that
receivers. We
they
got
would
Allen
go get
Robinson, and I bet they can make
A-Rob,
moves.
yeah, but who else? Anthony Miller.
Who did the Chiefs receivers are okay, but
They're not amazing. They got Tyreek Hill, but that's about. I mean, Travis Kelce.
Mahomes is special.
He's so good.
He's got it.
But what I would say is, I will take the Watson, but no one was saying that the Bears should have taken Mahomes when the draft happened. It was Watson. We should have gotten Watson. Watson was a proven quarterback. He won with Clemson. He won national championships. That's who I'm mad about. How do you look at that guy and not get him? How do you look at him and not get him?
I don't know if you'd actually be a winner right now with him, but I think you'd been
in a better
playoffs.
spot. We'd be in a better spot.
You would.
What do you think about John DeFilippo as the new quarterback coach?
I don't know. There's so many coaches in and out. It's just crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah. You can't shine shit, and Mitch Trubisky's shit.
That's sad. You might be right.
Hey, to be fair though, I mean, the Vikings sure shined up Kirk Cousins, and
Well, they get
No, he's the same quarterback he was before. He just won the playoff game.
the validated $150 million contract. He won one playoff game. Good job.
Yeah,
84.
Talk to me.
You're $70 million off. Good guess though.
I mean, good God. I mean,
84.
That's all
I mean, he was bad at times with the Redskins, and he had his moments with the Redskins. This is always been. He always beats the bad teams and crumbles against the good teams. But once in a while, he'll
win one game and get bounced kind of team. You know what? I've accepted that fate. We're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna win a game, and then we're gonna lose.
Cousins has never been bad. He's just been.
He's fine.
He's
slightly above
with two
average.
really good wide receivers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The best way to describe Kirk Cousins is slightly above average.
He's fine. They go out there and they just whatever it around for about 60 minutes.
I mean, Mitch Trubisky's not even okay.
We're done with this.
You mean?
All right, let's move on to Frank the Tank trivia.
Move on. Thank you.
We got some trivia for you, Frank. Yes. Pigoy will throw it at you. Pigoy, let's hear it.
All right, here we go. Which Bull won the 05-06 NBA Sixth-Man Award?
Oh, shoot.
I think I know this one.
If I give you the college, it probably gives it away.
Damn, I can't even remember that. I'd actually remember more 90s than I would remember 05-06.
He went to UConn, didn't he?
Yes, I think.
Ben Gordon?
Yeah, Ben Gordon.
Yep. He was good, too.
How good was he?
Good. Those Bulls teams were so much fun.
Right.
Joakim Noah.
Joakim
Noah's going to be on Part of My Take. I'm very excited about that because I have never really heard an interview with him on like a podcast or something like that. I think he's a very interesting man.
All right, here we go. Number 2. Who was the last player to put on a Bulls uniform that is now in the Basketball Hall of Fame?
The last person to put on a Bulls uniform that's in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Jeez.
Don't think too much.
Dennis Rodman?
Pippen.
Pippen went in after Rodman? Or did Pippen stop playing there before Rodman?
I thought Rodman played a few more years after Pittman.
I did too.
All right, well, this is our source sent us this one, so here we go. All right, so here we go. We're going hockey. What goalie holds the Blackhawks record for most wins in a season?
Newer or older guy?
Older.
There's one of 3 people it could be. So I'm going to take a guess and say it's Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie Belfour?
Yes.
Correct.
What a mind.
All right, here we go. Number 4.
How did you get to know that information, Frank? Did you write about it or something, or how did you even?
Yeah. Yeah, in Sports Encyclopedia.
I seen you updated it.
There was one of three.
It's this website that he operates. Maybe you've heard of it.
There's one of three people it could have been. It's the Blackhawks have had 3 decent goalies over the years.
I love it.
So who are the other two?
I mean, it could have been Corey Crawford, who's had a good career.
Yeah.
And that's why. But the best goalie the Blackhawks ever had was a real old school guy, but they didn't play that many games back then. They had more ties back then. They didn't even have overtime back when he played. And I'm talking about Tony Esposito.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Pigo, you got some more?
All right, we got 2 more. This one's easy. The last one's probably hard. All right, this one's easy. What college did Fred Hoiberg play basketball at? Iowa State. And then last one. What 3 franchises other than the Blackhawks has Joel Quenneville coached for?
Blues.
Yes.
Panthers.
Yes.
And I don't remember who the third one is. I wish it was the Devils.
No, it was the out west. Rocky Mountains.
He was with the Avalanche? I don't remember the Avalanche.
Yep, Avalanche.
By the way, Joe Quenneville was an original Devil.
Really?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. One of the great. He's the greatest.
I think he might have worn number 6.
Greatest.
But when the Devils moved from Colorado to New Jersey in 1982, he was still an active player and was on the Devils' first team.
Wow. He is the greatest Blackhawks coach of all time.
Hey, you see the Blackhawks won team of the decade today?
They won team. Which one? What team? Which one was it? No, they were the team. They were the franchise of the decade. They had to have won the most.
Yeah, 10, 13, and 15.
Anyone else win 3? No one won 3, right?
Yeah, the only problem with the Blackhawks now is you're so capped out.
We're fucked.
The defense is just not there. You don't. The Seabrook though. With Seabrook, what was it?
You got to bite the bullet, and you just got to decide if you one of them has to go.
Don't say that, Frank. That's so sad to say.
Then you're gonna suck.
It's true though.
Then you're gonna suck. One of the two have to go.
It can't be. Kaner can't go. He's got to retire a Blackhawk.
But so, what did you say about Jonathan Taves too?
Then it's Taves.
No, would you say the same thing? Would you want him to retire a Blackhawk too?
Well, yeah, you'd want him to. I think he would be the easier of the two.
Here's a choice the Blackhawks have.
What?
Start rebuilding, or just sit back and enjoy Taves and Kane.
The retirement tour
is a fade.
The retirement tour. That's sad.
They made the playoffs in 4 years, and it's just not good.
You won 3 Stanley Cups with them. They've done everything they could, but the salary cap situation in the NHL is so restrictive.
Oh, it sucks.
That they have to make a change, and the only way you can make a change is by trading one of the two.
That stinks. That's just sad to say. Yeah, the Blackhawks.
Well, sad notes aside.
What else? We got any more? We're done with trivia here. No more trivia, Pico?
Yeah, that's all.
I think Mitch, you got something for post show?
Oh yeah, come post show. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought we might. It might be interesting just to talk really quick, just to comment on what Theo said at the Cubs convention today about how, and like I said, I don't have the quote in front of me, but he basically said something to the degree of how for them the Cubs off season feels like it's just getting started. I don't know. He also made the comment that he was frustrated with how the off season's gone. So I don't really understand how the two quotes work in tandem. I don't really get how you can be frustrated and also think that things are just getting started. It's like you could have gotten things started.
It is last year,
but I think the Bryant situation is the biggest piece to all this and why the frustration's there. I don't think they can do anything until that's figured out. I really don't. But I don't know. I just was kind of curious what y'all thought about that. Do you really think they legitimately can make any moves in the next month?
They can re-sign Castellanos. They could go after.
That would be like the biggest.
I think that's the one move they got to make.
the trade talks about Arenado have kind of faded away. I don't think that'll happen, but I think you will see Castellanos in a Cubs uniform this next year. I hope so. We need it.
Well, it's kind of like it's like what Frank's saying is like every day that goes by, it's like you just lose hope. It's
We've heard all these rumors.
Well, here's the thing, right? If you have confidence that Castellanos is going to be a Cub, okay, the only way that's going to happen is if they open up salary space. They've pretty much made that apparent. So if you think Castellanos is going to be a Cub, which I also really hope that, what move is going to be made to allow that to happen?
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know if they can do anything to open up space right now, unless they were to dump some players, and I don't think they're gonna. So, and I don't think Castellanos is going to be a Cub this year, and I think it sucks. But I don't think it's going to happen.
I can't connect the dots to make that thing happen. I just can't do it.
And I hope they can.
Because if you could, it would have happened by now. It would be done by now if they could do it.
But I guess
I think he wanted
to be somewhere else, though, you think that could be done too, though. So I think that maybe he's waiting around to see. Yeah. I don't know. You never know. Hopefully they can get him because
sounds like the Rangers are pretty heavily in on him.
I
think he's either going to be a Cub or Ranger.
He's going back.
The whole Chris Bryant ARB thing is fucked still. So
what?
So the whole Chris Bryant arbitration thing is still just fucked. So whatever that is.
Annoying for that. He filed 4 years ago? How is it still not been done? Like that's insane. Whose job is that?
Because his agent is Scott Boras. That's why it hasn't been done.
But when Scott Boras, I think Chris Bryant wants this done. Chris Bryant does not want this to wait around any longer.
Well, what I worry about too is, and I really don't want this to be a reality, but I do feel like, let's just put out a theoretical situation. The Cubs wait until the last second of this offseason to get that done. In that span, so over the next month, Castellanos goes to Texas. Do you feel like Cubs fans, those who might be a little less informed by how all this is going on, are going to then resent Bryant because they are going to feel like he's the reason they couldn't get Castellanos done?
No, because that's on the organization. I mean, you can't get mad at a player. I think they're already mad at the Cubs for wanting to trade him. So I think that whatever it takes to keep him around, I don't know. It's just very confusing. It's all up in the air. That's what the whole offseason's been. That's what all happened all last offseason. The Cubs have not made a big move in I mean, throughout last season, they made a move with getting Kimbrel and then getting Castellanos. But other than that, they really didn't bring in Nico up. But other than that, I mean, offseason has been nothing the last 2 years. Nothing.
Nico could be fun.
I think he'll be good.
Year.
He'll be our second baseman.
Yeah. Adbert Alzolay could be fun.
All right, guys, I'm gonna.
You're out of here, Frank.
They picked up someone.
Yeah. I gotta start trying to get the new On This State column up in a couple of minutes, and
I love it. All right, we're out of here. It's been the TCF morning show. What is it? Saturday, January 18th. If you want to follow Mitch at Mitch R. Prentice. You got Frank the Tank at NJ Tank 99. At TCF Pigoy. I am at Z Lilia,
Thanks, Frank.
LLJATCF.
All right, see you later.
Chicago fans. See ya.